G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Now today's little project, this little fella here. How about we have a look at something pretty straightforward. I've got a valve set lined up, but I thought we might do a quick one first. Okay, it's a Locken, Locken, or Locken, and it's a model microbox. Now I can only find this model on Radio Museum, and that light's a bit heavy in my face. I can only find one reference to this: unknown maker. It's a custom made job, or that's all it says. Who it's made for, I have no idea. It is it's made in Hong Kong, British design registered, and there's a number there. So maybe a British radio. And, well, yeah, there's no other info other than made in Hong Kong. Okay, let's get into it. Let's have a closer look at it. Okay, now, this is one of my radios, my own. I've had it for years. I don't know where it came from. A little bit grubby inside it there. It's been laying around the workshop for the last 20 years probably. A strap on him that looks like it's had yeah, maybe a bit of bleach or something like that along it, but that'll come up okay, just running a black texture along there. This isn't sort of a full restore, it's just a clean up and make sure it works. And that's what's written on the back. Okay, as you can see, made in Hong Kong there. And the patent number, or the registered number, which would be some sort of patent, is what is it? 9541. Gee, can't see it. 136, something like that. Anyway, wood grain type finish on the black plastic. Tuning, both side and top. It's just a standard tuning wheel, and on-off volume, which is very, very hard. So maybe that's all that's wrong with it. You can turn it on, but I don't want to force it too much at the moment. Okay, there's our little indent to take the back off him. Now this is a pretty basic set. This is very basic. 9 volts. I see a bit of a problem there and a little bit of a problem there. Okay, that's the battery taken care of. Those two fellas. Transistors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So up here, got an oscillator. Probably up here, maybe our, I don't know, our first RF, maybe. By the look of that, IF amp, I'd say, sits down in here, in there. Excuse me. And I'd say a audio driver and audio output to the audio output transformer. This, okay, speaker, this sort of sits under there, and yeah, okay. So I guess the thing is to get him out. So not many adjustments here. We'd have, I don't know which way around these are, but probably antenna and oscillator trimmers, oscillator coil, IF1, IF2, intermediate frequency transformers. Sorry for the fellas that are not with me there. And yeah, it's just a matter of, well, I suppose we can peak the low end by moving the coil on the rod, the high end with the trimmer, and the low end putting our station on the correct position on, say, 500 or whatever. We might use 600 on this one. Adjust the oscillator coil for the 600 signal, and then it's just a matter of picking up the transformers. We'll probably start with them first, actually. But does it work? I have no idea. Okay, let's look a bit further into it. We'll get this out and see what we can find. There's 2 electrolytics there. I can't see any more. I will be changing them anyway. Resistors, those little dog bone fellas. Very seldom you see any problems with them. There is one over here, and another little one in there, little one there. Yeah, okay, getting them apart. Okay, how many screws in this? Only the 2? Yep, looks like it. There we go, and she all falls out. Simple as that. That won't take much cleaning up. Speaker looks good, doesn't scrape. There's our little plastic. Yeah, there's a bit missing off the end of him, but that's what's written in there. Just the 9-volt battery arrangement. And, well, we'll probably we'll put a 9-volt clip on this. For the moment, we'll just try it with the power supply, but we'll put a 9-volt clip once we see whether it's working. That little transformer, well, he's definitely the speaker tranny, because there's the 2 secondary terminals of him. Go straight to the speaker. There's no earphone on this. Very unusual. These pretty dirty. And this fella, oh, he's hard to turn. Very hard to turn. But I would say that's only a matter of a little bit of spray in there and he'll probably come good. But before we do anything, I'll remove these. We'll put him on the power supply, see how much current he draws, see is he going to work. If he works, happy days. It's a nice quick video. Okay, I'll set the power supply up. Okay, we've got the power supply, the left-hand side one set at 9 volts, 30 milliamps. Certainly shouldn't be drawing 30 milliamps, but that's the current limit I've got on it. Switch it on. Okay, so we've got power here, as per the power supply there. Right, negative to the black and positive to the red. Okay, let's turn him on, see what happens. And I hear noise. And lots of noise from the lights. Let's turn the light off. Not much difference. Probably me got me hand on the aerial. That doesn't help. Okay, I'm going to play too much of that. We're doing 10 milliamps, 12 milliamps there. And if we go up, flat out, yeah, it's actually drawing more than 30. There you go. It was 28. We might take that up a little bit more and just have a look at Say 40 milliamps. What are we drawing? 39. 38, 39. That draws a little bit of juice. But I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I think he's drawing that amount. Well, he works, guys. So what's happening there? Oh, it's just the connection. There we go. Okay. We know he works. Now, to work on this a little bit easier, I'm removing the speaker. So we'll just drop the leads off here and take the two dials off to get underneath here. Change two caps. Then we'll see what the alignment looks like. Okay, now what we've got here, guys, is one side of the speaker is connected to ground on this one, which is the blue. It does go to the negative of the speaker. Now, as you probably saw in my last video, I did get caught out with that. Somehow, on the last one of those terminals was connected to the case of the speaker. Now, even though they had no continuity, it still affected the performance of the radio and actually muted the audio. I still can't work that out, really, because there was actually no connection, electrical connection between the terminals, either one, and the case. But anyway, we're taking notes this time. We're putting the negative one onto the negative terminal of the speaker. Right, get him out of the road. Just makes this a little bit easier to work on. Now, I don't know whether this is P&P transistors. I don't actually know what they are, because the negative doesn't actually seem to be ground. So maybe it's our feed, actually, our negative feed to the transistors. Not sure. In there, looks like a dry joint. Probably not. May not be, but yeah. Anyway, we'll put him under our Maggie lamp and find out things like this. Let's take this fella off. Should have a bit smaller screwdriver, shouldn't I? Right. He needs a bit of a clean up. There's no markings on the outside of him, so it doesn't matter which way he goes back in. And we'll certainly clean this fella up. He's a little 5K pot. Okay. So, yeah, nothing special, just a little switch pot. And center goes down here. One side to ground, the other side over here. The center goes to a capacitor, which is that fella. So it's not an electro that's doing the coupling here. These are probably in the AGC or somewhere. I have no circuit. I have no idea. Now, the positive, it is switching to ground. So it is a positive ground radio. They will be, and P&P, germanium transistors probably, or maybe just P&P. They look too new for germanium. Okay. Now we're taking notes here on when this fella comes off. Go back up here. That in towards the centre there is our little eye where we see the frequencies when we're turning this. So that's the way we'll put him back on. Because if we put him up that way, which he still will go on, well, it won't turn, and all we got here is blank. just if you're doing one, that's all. Area wise, all look okay. Everything looks pretty good there. There's a few little sus joints. I don't know what else we can do in this area. Okay, so there's this capacitor here, a little bubby that is in under this, which would be those two there. Okay, so we'll remove him and replace him, and the blue one seems to be across here somewhere, and there. Okay, I'll get them out. We'll have a look. There we go. Now the negative towards the can. Okay, negative that way. And what is he? He's a 1010. Obviously 10 mic at 10 volts. Not a very big cap. Be interesting to see what he measures. Let's put him on the machine. And here we go. And yeah, 18 with an ESR of 1.7. I'm replacing him. Yeah, 18.9 mic at, yeah, pretty high ESR. Okay, so he gets replaced. We'll find a 1010 and drop him in. Okay, well, I thought just before I drop him in, I thought I might unsolder this one that's buried in behind him here and get him out. So the negative is towards the ferrite, and I pull him out. There we go. Okay, so he's up there. A few holes in there. You have to keep track of what goes where. And he's a 30 mic at 10 volts. Okay, so we need a 10 and a 33. Now I'll get them in. Okay, here's our 33. That's the smallest one I got. It's a 16 volt. Negative goes back up towards the rod, positive towards the front, and we'll just check if, yep, that's the holes that he come out of. Okay. Put him in. And now we'll put our little one. Look at this, 1010. Over the years, yeah, a little bit of difference. And this is not SMD stuff. This is just ordinary capacitors. Negative towards the can. Okay. This way around, and he probably goes in like so. Let's check the wiring. Yes, that is correct. That's how he was. Okay, just bend him there so he doesn't do it. Now, I'll solve. These are fairly small. I'll might be able to do it under the Maggie lamp here. Yeah, you guys can't see it. Okay, I think I can see both there. if you can put up with me being half off the screen. Okay, here we go. Both those are done. That one's done. That one's done. Okay, now just looking at it, there's a little bit of solder down in there that's, yeah, it gone across, it almost bridged across. A little bit in here, couple of little areas there that I'd like to put some solder on. There's this fella here that looks a bit sus. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, sorry about that, but I had to do it under the glass, so I couldn't see it. One day we'll get ourselves a microscope. All right, now I'm going to go have a look at this very thoroughly under the glass and make sure there's no other dry joints or anything like that. So, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. My microphone is now peaking again. I'll just try and back this off when I edit it. So, sorry about that. I'll have to do a restart on it or something. Okay, I'll have a look at these and I'll be back. Right, guys, now we've cleaned everything up on the board after putting the caps in. That's what our board looks like anyway. If you want to get a screenshot, if you ever need another, or if you ever have another radio like this one, yeah, that's him. And on the back, we've got his actual, it's a Locken, or Locken, something like that. And it's an L103, maybe that's a 1031. It could be just a 103 and a blemish on there. Not sure what that is, but that's the model of it anyway. I've never seen this radio ever. So we'll position these wires so that they don't go down and tangle. As you can see, there's one little fella that wants to go down underneath the tuning knob there. So we'll put the tuning knob on. We've finished here. So we'll go right that way, and that will be 1600, like that, because our little eye is in here on the front, and that means we can then see all the rest of it. Put our screw in. I've cleaned up our dial as well, and the pot knob. So yeah, here we go again on this bigger screwdriver. Why don't I get me smaller one out? There we go. Okay. We know that works well. This one, the pot, our volume pot, I'm spraying a little bit of spray just underneath the protective washer, or our dust washer. Can't stop me fingers shaking there. There you go. Now, hopefully, that will lubricate it a little bit and free it up. I'm just going to try this. And not too bad. It's not, well, it is lubed, but still stiff to turn, but yeah, not that bad. Now, before I'll just get a little bit of rag here and get rid of the excess. Now, before we put the top on, we have to put our wires on because it goes up here underneath the volume knob. So I'll go and get a snap fitting that suits our 9-volt batteries, and we'll solder him in there and there. Now we'll thread him through the hole that the other one was through, and we certainly don't need him this long, so we'll have to just cut him a little bit. We'll put him around about where we want the battery. So the battery will be, well, I'm assuming, you should never assume, Baz, that the battery is going to go on this side. I guess it doesn't matter, but, well, it may. That's, yes, it is on this side. Okay, so we don't need it terribly long here. That will be amples. Around about there. First of all, the black one, which is on the inside track there. If you're doing one of these, the black on the inside track, and that's actually our well, our B plus almost, but it's not. It's a minus plus, and our positive of the battery is ground, as I've said. I did have a look under the microscope for the transistor equivalents or numbers or something on them. There is absolutely nothing written on them. It's been scraped off. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you without going into this, well, drawing out the circuit, whether they are silicon or germanium. Now, the red, of course, is one leg of our switch pot, which is the actual switch. That's where this one will go. Stating the obvious, but lots of people out there may have seen one of these or maybe having trouble with one of these. So I'm just showing you where they go. Certainly don't want to put the soldering iron near that bloody knob on the other side. There we go. Okay. He's done. So now we've got our little fella there. Now, our speaker. No, Baz. Go back here and put our knob, after we've soldered this, of course, put our knob back on our switch pot. There we go. Now he's still a little bit tight, so what I'm going to put in there is just a little bit of 226, which is a very light WD-40, which is this stuff. Okay, 226. Just a dab, because he's still a little bit tight. Here we go. That's enough. And there we go. That's good. That's working good. Okay, let's put our speaker on. And before we put him back in the case, let's test him, hook a battery up, and see if he still works. Now, I think this speaker, a couple of things. The plus is the yellow, which is fine. That's a minus. And it's actually a Locken speaker. Rather odd. And a bit of an odd-shaped magnet. Yeah. Anyway, now plus, onto there. And guys, we all know how to do, well, I shouldn't say all, but most of us know how to do transistor radios. I just thought I'd bring us along with this one while I'm doing him. Okay. Now, we'll give him a couple of turns so they're twisted and sit better in the case. Let's put him back in the case. We'll put our speaker terminals down the bottom, which this covers. Slip him in. Okay. Like that. The speaker can't get out because he's in a little cavity there at the front. And we'll put our 2 screws in this fella. And all I'm going to do with this is do a rough check of the alignment and touch up the IFs. Not going to move the coil. I'm just going to. It's only a little radio, so I don't want to go too far with it. A lot of the time, that's my problem with the radios. I go a little bit too far with them, and it takes days to do them. Okay. But we will check it all. Okay, here we go. Let's hook up a battery. New clip is fairly tight. Right. And let's turn him on. And he still works. Pretty awful music.
I'm coming down for Christmas. I want a cricket bat. He goes, what sort of cricket bat? I said it.
Okay, that's going quite well. Right. Now, let's do a sort of an overall alignment. I will put my SIGGEN on 455 for a start, and we'll see whether these fellas are out or not. Righto, we'll be doing this one by ear. As you can hear, there's a bit of noise there, but this mic doesn't pick up that noise real well either, so just align those. That one was quite a way out, actually. There we go. There's the 2 of them aligned. And done. Okay, let's do the RF. Alright guys, well we got 600 on the dial, so we'll put our machine on 600 kilohertz level, and I'm just going to rest this near the antenna to get our maximum signal if we're on 600, but we may have to adjust our oscillator. Let's see, are we far off? Off a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, I am going to adjust that. So here we go on the oscillator coil. And there we are. That's brought him in exactly on 600. Right. Now, we'll go back up to the top end. And top end 15, Well, we got 16 there, and we got 10. Well, let's do right on 16, okay? Oh, sorry, you didn't see that. I don't have my camera a bit too close for this. Okay, so we're right on 16, and we're going to adjust our trimmer, our oscillator trimmer for 1600 by setting him there, and we go frequency 1600 kilohertz. Whoa, and it's already started. That's very close. I'll wind our level down a bit. And I think this is our oscillator trimmer. It sure is. And back off our signal a bit. And go again. And back him off again. Pretty close. Now, we'll put him at 16. Oh, gee. Well, I'll put the SIGGEN at 1500 and I'll just have to rock this around until I can find 1500. Okay, so we'll do that because there's not much on this dial. There it is. And now we adjust our antenna trimmer to peak, which is the other trimmer on here. There we go. Done. Whole alignment is finished.
I can do Kings Road 4.
There's a hot little radio. We'll have to do a test outside with this one. Yeah, it's this is performing really, really well for a little unknown thing. Okay, time to put the back on him. You saw a simple alignment just by ear. We don't need our meters and everything on a little thing like this. Okay, back's on. Well, our label here, our Mikrobox label. Got to do him, redo him, and job is then finished. And there's the casualties. 2 caps. I'll be back. Guys, there he is. A Mikrobox portable radio. All done, aligned, and, well, he'll probably make his way into my collection. It's something a little bit different. We've smicked our strap up a little bit. There's a couple of touch-ups that I've got to do again. But, yeah, that was today's job anyway. And he come up pretty good. Pretty good. And certainly a good little performer. Okay, Mikrobox by Locken. Yeah, there you go. Righto, guys. If you want to follow me, subscribe, hit the bell, give us a like if you like this. But there'll be more valve radios on the way rather than these things. but I still like doing these. Okay, guys, catch us next time. Bye for now.